Hi FlossTube, I'm Sally, StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. It's Wednesday the 6th of July 2022 and this is FlossTube number 28. A very warm welcome to my channel, which is about cross stitch mostly. If there's any live stuff, which there very rarely is because I lead a very boring life, it will be at the end so you can skip over it. First of all, I would like to apologise for the sound on my last video. If you've watched it, you will know that that was my second time of filming. I had my laptop on charge and it was very noisy and the microphone picked it up. So I refilmed it and the same thing happened the second time. Wasn't going to film it again, so I just uploaded it. So I do apologise for the sound quality on my last one. I hope it didn't stop you from watching. I have checked this time to make sure that nothing from my laptop is being picked up from my microphone. So fingers crossed. It's fully charged, so we should be okay. I have a finish since I last filmed. I also have some new starts. I have a teeny bit of haul, just the one thing, and my usual whips. So we'll get started. So obviously we were still in June the last time I filmed. So it's my book of days, all filled in for last month. So yeah, I think some days I stitched on two things if I've sat down in an afternoon. So then we have a little bit filled in for, July. Not a lot as yet, because obviously we're only at the 6th. So that's where I'm at with my book of days. Can't believe we're already halfway through the year. It just doesn't seem possible. So my finish, and I haven't got the chart with me because that has been sold, is Plum Street Samplers Good Company, and this was stitched on 36 count Picture This Plus Manor, and I used the DMC conversion off the chart. Let me just hold it a little bit. Oops, sorry, closer. You see that really cute fox there? So I think this will just be finished into a pillow. Seems to be my go-to thing at the moment. Just quite quick and easy really, and I think I've got some autumnal fabric in my stash. So I might go with something a little bit fancier this time. Who knows? Shall see how I feel when I actually sit down to finish it. So I think I said, yes I did say last time, that I was going to start the new Barbara Anna, sorry, I'm so unprepared, really sorry, the new Barbara Anna stitch along, which is the Winged Dreams Mystery Cell. I just have to get that out of there because I've got the chart at the front. Obviously I'm not going to show you that. So I am stitching this on 32 count Colonial Blue Murano. I'm not entirely sure. No, none of those are the threads actually, now that I look at it. I got the wrong one out. Those are the threads in my Floss Buddy from Bags Plus on Etsy. Foxy. And I actually managed to get part 1 finished, didn't quite manage to get part 2 finished before, well, I didn't manage to get at all part 2 finished before part 3 came out, so, you know. And that is where this is at. And I just love this. Barbara Anna is an absolute genius with her Dreaming Girls. I know they're not to everybody's taste, but I just love them. I think I want to collect the whole lot, to be honest. So yeah, that is looking absolutely beautiful, I think. Really, really pleased with that. I just love all these colours in this. So for part 2, I've got to finish this wing, then do the other wing, and then obviously part 3 is the lady in the middle, the girl. So yeah, I'll be doing a little bit more on that tonight. And then oh dear, there's a lot of bits in here. So my next new start was for my July cross stitch camp piece, which is hosted by Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher. And as I said in my last floss tube, I was going to start the Dreaming Queen Bee by Barbara Anna, and that's from the spring PMPS magazine. I have a digital subscription, year's digital subscription to it. So, and I still don't. Those. No. Yeah, those are the threads. There is one missing because that blue is also used. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute because I'm really not sure here. Yes, those threads. And I'm stitching this on an unknown piece of fabric from my stash, and it's quite a nice greeny colour. That's not actually showing up too badly there. So as you can see, I have got the Dreaming Girl part done, and then I just need to add these bits here, and I've got quite a bit to add all in there as well across the top. So I'm really pleased with how she's coming along. Again, another very, very pretty one. I must admit, I am struggling with my printout. What I have found is, if I can I'll just show this without. So if I have a chart on a page that has got adverts on, the printout is not great. If it's a full page printout, it's fine. But a half, like a half page or even a 3/4 page, it's terrible. Now, I'm assuming it's my printer, I don't know. But I'm really quite frustrated because I would quite like to do another year's subscription, but if the offer's on where you can get access to every single issue, I would quite like to do that. But then if the printouts are not going to be very good for me, other people say they've had no problems. I have asked people if they've got any suggestions, and sadly the things that they're suggesting are not working. So it may well be that I'm going to have to use my tablet, which I don't really want to because I much prefer paper. I'm an old-fashioned girl. So yeah, I did reach out to the lady that does the magazine, and she didn't have any suggestions. So yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. Printer still works. I don't really want to buy a new printer just to print those out and maybe even find that it's no better anyway. But anyway, so my next start was my 1st of July start, which is the Modern Folk Embroidery Move Forward in Love, which is the Pride Sal for 2022. And I did ask last time for some thoughts on whether I use this, which is DMC Colorist Indian Summer, and if you thought it would be too much if I use this for the outsides and then just did the pride flag in the middle in the colours that Jacob has suggested. So in the end I decided that I'm going to do this bit separate, and I'm doing the monochrome, but obviously not in monochrome. I'm using that. So I am stitching this on 25 count vintage sand by Zweigart, and that is my start. The colours are much more vibrant. It's very I cannot get a decent, but that's what I've got done anyway. And I'm pleased that I chose this one, this thread, the Indian Summer, because I do think it looks rather nice. So that will be coming out tomorrow night. So I'm quite enjoying that. I actually sat one afternoon in here and just watched Floss Tube while I was doing that. And then my next new start was for my BBD sal that I do with Lainey on a Saturday, and it is, sorry, glare, all in a row from the Garden Club series. And I'm stitching this in mostly the fancy floss because I just happen to have them. And that's my 2 Saturdays stitching, which doesn't really look an awful lot, but there is quite a lot of stitching in that house. You know me and houses and grass. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's looking. It's rather nice. So I've just got this one to do and another one, and then I'm done with the Garden Club series. Didn't have the full set because I want to do a particular thing with them. So they're all in the project bag that my lovely friend Chris made for my birthday a couple of years ago. So that's that. And now on to, I just wondered what that was then. I just saw something floating across there, and it's one of Freddie's feathers. Yes, it is one of your feathers, Freddie. Oh, dear me. So my next whip is With Thy Needle and Thread Winter Rose Manor, which I absolutely love. Really enjoying this one. Whoops. And I'm stitching this in mostly the called for, which if you've been with me before you'll know. That's the colour for the house. Does not show up at all on this camera. It's really washed out, but yeah, those are threads. And I'm stitching it on 40 count vintage country mocha from Zweigart, and that's where I'm at. So as you can see, since the last time I saw you, I have finished stitching the basket. I've started on the stems and the leaves, teeny weeny little bit of snow stitching. So I reckon I could maybe go for an end of July finish. maybe. I'm really pleased with how that's coming along. So yeah, really, I've only got the basket, finished the basket off, personalisation, and just finished the snare, and that's it. So, yep, that is coming along nicely. Gosh, I seem to be zipping through these this morning, and maybe not a very long video this time. So I really feel like I've got a frog in my throat this morning. Just typical when you start filming, isn't it? And then next whip is Christmas Garden, which is from the Home for the Holidays book by Blackbird Designs, and it's, you can see a little bit of it here down the bottom. I won't take it out to show you the full thing, because I'm sure many of you will have seen it before. And I'm stitching this in DMC. That's all I've got left from a skein of the green. That I was going to have to break into a new skein, but I haven't. Might have to break into a new skein of the red, but we shall see. So this is being stitched on 36 count latte from Foxglove and Lace linens. Get it the right way up and wait until you see this. My border met. Can you believe it? My border actually met. Oh, nearly can't get it in. So yeah, as you can see, I have been stitching the green on the border, the stems on the border. So yep, they've met. I also filled in the little doodads that I keep talking about. There wasn't quite as many as I thought, actually. I thought there was an awful lot of them, but there wasn't. And I have also filled in the few red bits on the C and the G of Christmas Garden, and also some of the red buds. So that's all I've got to do now, just the red buds and then the personalisation. Haven't yet decided how I'm going to personalise it. I did think about doing my maternal line, but unfortunately I don't know enough. Really, I've only got my mum and my grandma. I'm not entirely sure of my great grandma's name. So I might do my paternal, because I do know enough, because I think there's 5 areas for personalisation, so that would be me, and then 4 my dad, my granddad, great-granddad, great-great-granddad. So I do know enough there, so I might do that. So I've not made my mind up yet. I did consider doing the same as I'd done on a Saviour's Praise, but then it's like, no, because you're just doing the same, and I don't really want to do that. I mean, it's a shame I don't know enough. I have an idea, but obviously if I'm not right, I don't want to put it into my stitching, and it be wrong. And I did ask some of my cousins if they knew anything, or if their mum or whatever knew, and it was a basic no, nothing. So right, and my final whip is Silver Creek Samplers Lost and Found, and I'm stitching this in DMC, all the DMC that is called for. I don't think they're all there. I think I've pulled one out to go on another project possibly. And I'm stitching this on 32, no I'm not, I'm stitching it on 25 count vintage sand from Zweigart, 1/1. and that is where I am at. So I think since I last saw you, I have done some of the grass, filled in some of these leaves, and I am somewhere just the one stitch out, but I'll just fudge. If they're going to touch the sheep, I'll just fudge them to make it right. So on this one I still have to finish the leaves. I have the wording to do. And as you can see, there's these bits down here and up the top, and a dove, which you can't quite see. I think you can just see it. There's a dove there as well to do. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with how that's looking. So that is all my whips. Doesn't seem a lot, does it? Compared with yeah. Oh yeah, of course there's the Moons of 2022, but I haven't stitched on that one at all since I last saw you, so that's not worth bringing out. So haul. Well, actually, I asked my husband if he would buy me something for Christmas. If I gave him the link, would he buy me this particular thing for Christmas? So he said, "What is it?" And as soon as I said it was a project bag, his face just dropped. Might have known it'd be something to do with that. So I was a little bit upset because, you know, it's my hobby. And it was a sheep project bag. How can I not have a sheep project bag? I mean, yes, I do have one. I have a little one that size chart will fit in. That Lainey did the stitching on it, and then she got somebody else to finish it. So I have that one, but I really, really wanted a vinyl fronted one as well. And I saw this one, and it was only one. There was no more, and it's this one. I'll just look at that. Yeah, I do have it now, because when it arrived, I said to him, you're going to have to store it away, but you're going to have it flat, because otherwise it might damage the vinyl, because obviously they come folded. So I said, oh, just use it now. You might as well just use it now. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other things that you want at Christmas. So yeah, I didn't need telling twice, did I? So this is from Canny Little Fox on Etsy, and I will link her down below. I think her name's Emma. And it's a beautiful project bag. So that's the sheep bit. I don't know whether you can, yes, you can slightly see the vinyl is sparkly. And then that is the backing fabric. It's a counting sheep bag. And then there's a very sweet, moon charm on there. It's right up my street, is this, because I really do like moon, stars, sun, sheep. What do you think, Elaine? Ellie Welly Stitcher, do you like it? I really, really like this. It's so cute. So yeah, go and have a look at Canny Little Fox's Etsy. She's on Instagram. She puts quite a lot of pictures up on there of her bags. And then the other piece of haul that I have, if I can get it out. Oh, no, that's getting attached to something else in there, is the new Barbara Anna design. New Dreaming Girl. Dreaming of Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, however you pronounce it. And as soon as I saw this on her Instagram, I had to go and get it. I absolutely love Starry Night. Again, stars, moon. So yeah, I picked this up off the Creative Poppy website, I haven't started it. Yaz has started it. I've seen Yaz's whip of it. So yeah, absolutely love this. Love the colours in it. Love her hair. Hair's fantastic. And the called for fabric is 28 count Brittany even weave in navy, which I just happen to have in my stash. Get rid of that. So I can start it whenever. I've even sorted the threads. I've really got to try and not start too many things, because that's when I start getting frustrated. And then Barbara Anna gave those of us who signed up for the Wing Dreams Mystery Cell a free gift. A free chart, sorry, and it is this one, which is Butterfly Dreams. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. As I say, I know these aren't to everyone's taste, but I really like these. I like her. Do like her Dreaming Girls. So yeah, that's that one. So that is everything. Everything I have to show you, and look at that. We're only at 26 minutes. How did I do that? So yeah, I think that is absolutely everything, just about. I have just sold quite a few charts. I don't keep my charts once I finish with them, because for one, I've nowhere to store them, and two, I can't afford to keep them anyway. Just and then I have a little bit of money in my PayPal so that I can get fabric and threads. And I was also very, very brutal and went through all my charts, and I pulled out some that I've decided I wasn't going to stitch. And you know, it's just one of those moments where you think, why on earth did I buy that in the first place, because I'm not going to stitch it. So I'm going to have to really, really learn, and I keep telling myself this, to be more selective and not just get drawn in. So yeah, that's my goal for the rest of the year, is to try and not get drawn in and just buy stuff that I'm going to end up not stitching. So yeah, that's a goal for this year. I have had quite a few new subscribers since, well, I say quite a few, I don't know, maybe 10, something like that, I'm not entirely sure. So thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to my new subscribers, and thank you obviously to those of you who have stuck with me right from the beginning, or come to me so far through and are still here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. As I've said before, when I started this floss tube, I didn't think anybody would want to watch me, or anybody would stick with me, or anything like that. So if you are new, do leave me a comment and let me know where you found me, so that I can thank people for sending you my way. I've been watching quite a bit of floss tube. Nobody new, I don't think. No, nobody new. I've watched a couple of whip parades. I watched Elaine Ellie Stitcher's whip parade yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think I watched half of it one day and half of it the next day. And I also watched Yaz's whip parade. Yasmin's Made with Love. And they're the only whip parades that I've watched. I did catch up with Nadine, Nad's X-Stitch. Watched her two latest, all the whips that she's been working on, the finishes that she's had, and then she did a haul, a haul floss tube, which I did comment that I had been drooling. So I'm going to go now because I'm waffling. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. As I say, I appreciate each and every one of you who comes back time and time again, and my new viewers as well. Thank you so much. So hopefully I will see you in a couple of weeks, just depending. I think my husband's on holiday next week, so that shouldn't impact my filming for the week after, unless he's got it wrong, which he might have done. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Take care, everybody, and stay safe. Happy stitching. Thank you very much. Bye.